So the Eagles get Gainwell, James Bradbury, and Reed Blankenship back for Monday night versus the Bucks. Jalen Hurts calls out the media saying, when has winning not been the main thing? Plus, Nick Sirianni speaks about DeAndre Swift versus Kenny Gainwell as it pertains to carries. And Friday, Saturday injury report. How does it look? Who's in and who's out? What is going on, everybody? I go by Philly Mike, and this is the Philly Talk Podcast. And today we got a lot to get into. But before we do that, Eagle Nation, can I ask y'all for a favor? Help your boy out. Hit that like, subscribe if you are new, and ding the bell. That way you're notified when we drop these videos, go live, or put out YouTube shorts. Let's get right into it. So the injury report for Friday into Saturday's changed a little bit. Terrell Edmonds' illness, DNP on Friday, but he did practice on Saturday, which is a good sign he will play. As for Quez Watkins, hamstring, DNP on Friday and Saturday, so it don't look good for him. Guys like Zach Cunningham, Jordan Davis, Devontae Smith, Josh Sweat, all should play Monday night versus the Bucks, and I'm glad to welcome back Reed Blankenship, Bradbury, and Gainwell. And for those of you who are worried about Gainwell versus Swift for touches, Nick Sirianni actually spoke about that, but I do want to touch on this first. Quez Watkins, who looks like he won't play Monday night, we're going to need to fill his role. Who is that going to be? I believe it's going to be Olamide Zaccheaus. Nick Sirianni said we trust him. He's a savvy route runner. He has great football instincts. If it's his turn to play this week, I got a lot of faith in him that he'll do a really good job. This will be the first time he actually gets some PT and or the possibility to catch a ball. The Eagles did call up Britton Covey earlier than they normally do, probably for wide receiver depth, but we also know he's the punt returner for this Philadelphia Eagles team. First fumble this season, 2 weeks in, the crash dummy. We might need to get somebody else to do that. I don't understand why we can't use Olamide Zaccheaus there. However, we are going on the road to take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who are 2-0 as well. This was the last practice for the Eagles before they headed down there. And this team is good, right? They're 2-0. They got a lot of weapons on offense. We're going to discuss that a little bit later. But I got to get to what Jalen Hurts said about when did winning not become important? He's calling out the media.
So when you think about how it gets done, that's what everybody else wants to talk about. But
aren't they playing differently against you? Okay, obviously you ran last week.
Right.
But isn't there
what I'm telling you is it's not about me, it's about us. And so if they are doing something there for me, we got 250 yards rushing to do that. And so there are multiple ways to win. And the thing that I want to make clear is when did winning not become the main thing. I always say keep the main thing, where, winning is the only thing that truly matters. And so obviously you have important things, right? You have priorities, and I think you have 1A and 1B. 1A is winning. 1B is playing to the standard. Now, you can win, but not play to the standard, and you're still unfulfilled. You can play to the standard and not win, and you're still unfulfilled. So what matters?
What matters? What matters to you? What matters to me? What matters to everybody is winning. I understand that questions are going to be asked to him about his play, how defenses are attacking him differently. Does he feel like he's all the way back to where he was? Like, does he feel comfortable? All that stuff. But at the end of the day, I like how Jalen Hurts said, 1A, 1B. You can play really good to the standard, but lose. You can play not to the standard and win. Ultimately, it's about winning. This guy is working. He will get to the level we saw him at and even beyond that we saw in 2022. I know it's week 2, new coordinators, new things that are being worked out, new kinks. But at the end of the day, this Eagles offense was 3rd last year and it got better, right? The talent is there. The play calling will shape up. Nick Sirianni, I'm not saying he's a guru or nothing, but he's not going to allow this to stay. We're not going to be stuck. And if there's anybody I'm going to bet on, it's Jalen Hurts. But I like what he said there. Again, keep the main thing the main thing. Now, to Nick Sirianni on DeAndre Swift versus Kenny G. This is what he said about Swift when the question was asked. If he's got the hot hand on Monday night, we'll keep rolling with him. Nick Sirianni on DeAndre Swift. And I don't think that just means DeAndre Swift. I think that means whoever got the hot hand. And that's how it should be. Running backs get going off their carries. You can't expect a running back to just come out here and be the man, right? So give a couple to Swift, give a couple to Gainwell. Whoever got the hot hand, use them. We need this backfield to stay healthy for 15 more weeks and beyond because we are going to be in the playoffs. We are going to run this thing back as far as we can. I believe that this team is going to come around. All the nonsense that we see on national media and some Negadelphians like this offense is not as good, this team is not as good. We already got the injury bug, right? I'd rather be hurt early than late, but we have to relax. The Lions game week 1 wasn't that great, right? Yeah, we did show out against the Vikings, 300 plus yards for Jalen Hurts in the offense, all that stuff. But guess what? I think it was just delayed a week because I think the offense is coming out to play versus the Bucks. And I don't want to hear, oh, it's just the Bucks. They're 2-0. They're playing some good football. They got 6 sacks on Justin Fields and the Bears. If you look at what Baker Mayfield and the Buccaneers offense did to the Bears defense, 317 yards passing, a touchdown, a 114.5 rating, and almost 10 yards per attempt. Bradbury being back is so key. I think we're going to see Monday night a complete game on offense and a complete game on defense. Now, we'll never be the same because Avonte Maddox is out. But with Bradbury and Reed Blankenship back, that allows the defense to be more exotic, right? The comfort level with Slay and Bradbury is better than Slay and Job. Same thing. When Bradbury and Slay know they got Reed Blankenship back there instead of a guy who's new to the system, they're going to play different. The calls are going to be different. And so I do believe it's going to be tough guarding Mike Evans. 8 targets, 6 catches, a buck 71, and a touchdown. And Chris Godwin goes in the slot as well. However, I think this is the time. Week 3. Last year was week 2. This year it's week 3. You're going to see the defensive offense come together. And I don't want to hear it's just the Bucks. Again, they're 2-0. And when I talk about the defense coming together, when it's the secondary matching the pass rush level, you're going to be able to see stuff like this. Nicholas Morrow blitz, Hassan Reddick drops back, and we don't want to see Hassan dropping back a lot, but he has a good job shadowing the tight end. The safety and corner do a good job shadowing Hawkinson, and that allows Josh Sweat to get the strip sack. So again, when the secondary matches the pass rush, that half a second more means sack nation, right? The Eagles took a little bit to get going via the sacks last year. We were middle of the pack, bottom of the pack, whatever you want to call it, until week 3 when we got them sacks on Carson Wentz. Then we still weren't leading until about week 9, 10, 11. And so all in good time, all in good time. But because Bradbury was hurt, we got to see Josh Jobs' first real action against a NFL good passing team, right? And he's done pretty good so far, right? His physicality shows up on tape. This is Osborne trying to run a route. Kirk Cousins is looking at him for his first read. But because Josh Job keeps him locked up, he got to check it down to the running back. Here, you're going to see the mirror match. The Eagles are paying so much attention with the safety in the middle on TJ Hawkinson. Josh Job is on an island by himself, mano y mano, undrafted rookie, and he did his job. Here, he's going against Osborne as well, mirror match, trying to hit him with a stop and go. Now, there are 2 safeties back there, so he had help on that play because we weren't doubling other players. But Josh Job did good. Everybody on social media is just talking about the one big touchdown he gave up. And again, that was a play where we left him on an island. He was there to make the play, try to get the tackle, but Osborne shook him off. It is what it is. I mean, cornerback is one of the hardest positions to play because sometimes you're left on an island, and it is an offensive game, right? You can't get as handsy as the wide receiver. The Eagles' defense so far this year, if I have to say, the pass rush has been getting pressures. They're going to turn to sacks. And once the back end gets right, I'm going to say it right now, this defense is going to be one of the better defenses in the NFL. I wholeheartedly believe it. Right now, they're getting turnovers, right? 2 games, Vikings, Patriots, 6 total turnovers. They were a big part of us winning because the offense has been stuck at times. The defense has been gashed at times, but the turnovers have came and we have responded, right? Whether it's an interception, a defensive turnover, and or a special team turnover, right? We've been good in that department as well. So I'm curious to see this complete game. And once we see it, how is Eagle Nation going to react? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Drop the muscle emoji if you got nothing to say. I was playing Madden yesterday and I posted this on Twitter, right? People quit early in Madden. So it's 4th and 22. I just pick a regular play because people quit and I drop Slay back there. So listen, if the Eagles get in a sticky situation, you might need to drop Slay back there at punt returner because look what he did. This is a regular play for blocking. I mean, he put the juke right there, the burners right there, ran through the kicker. I mean, speed check, juke check, break tackle check, Slay bringing it all the way on a punt return. I'm just saying, if we get in a sticky situation, you might have to drop Slay back there. I'm just saying. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section, Eagle Nation. I go by Philly Mike. And until next time, you know what time it is. We out.